Folks, I got some unhappy news for the Dorkel skit lovers. I got this back from Dan, Cool Blue Lights, and the last video it worked fine. I plugged it in and the old button is not working. Now it's working. It's intermittent. This is the new button. This is the old button. It works, but it's intermittent. Now, I was ready to do a skit here. We're not going to be able to do this. What I'm going to have to do, and what I've said before, is I'm going to have to go in, with my bad eyesight, go in here and get rid of these damn switches and do it the brute force way like I was going to do. In other words, build a huge remote that I can see to work on, a big box, tap into these wires if I can. In other words, do away with this. Or add this to a box that's bigger and do away with this. It's working now, but it's intermittent, and with my eyesight, I can't see if any wires come off or not. They felt like they were all on there, but I can't see this stuff to work on it. Now it's not working. See? This is the old button. Nothing. And it's in the middle. So in other words, I'm not at the end of travel, because these are the switches here that would govern that. Now I'll push the new one. Okay. Now I'll push the old one again. Now it's working. And it continues to work. Now it's working. In other words, it's intermittent. And I can't do a skit if it's going to be intermittent. I think this whole thing with the mechanical, electronic stuff, it's too specialized the way John from the UK made it. It's a good system, but it takes, it takes somebody that is familiar with this. And the only way to really test this, I would have had to ship this whole thing right out to Dan, and he weighs about 50 pounds with the batteries in him. And that would probably cost me $100 or more to ship it to upstate New York. And I'm not going to do that. It's not worth it. I only got a small audience that really likes the Dorkel skits anyways. Matter of fact, I got some of my viewers that rather see Hackbar rather than to see this, which kind of hurts a little because there's so much work that went into this. But it's working, but it's intermittent. That mouth trigger's working.
Maybe it's the cable that's bad.
No, it's not the cable. The eyes are working. Now it's not working.
That's weird.
Now it's working. Now, not working again. Now it's working. I'm not doing anything with pushing the switch. So when I'm doing a skit, now it's dead. See? Now I'm doing a skit and I want to turn his head. The old button's not working. Dead. So folks, I wanted to take him out for Halloween, but I can't have half of them working. I can't do it. So we're going to take the batteries out, just put them away, and forget about doing a Uncle Dorkel skit, a Halloween or anything. I just can't do it. I don't expect John to go doing all this again. This switch didn't break, but it's not working. Oh, I don't know. The mouth trigger's working. Different circuits anyways. unfortunately, the weather's getting cold anyways, and I can build a huge remote, which is what I was going to do anyway, something like, you know, maybe 8 inches, with double pole, double throw toggle switches, which is what my original intention was in the first place. And these buttons are too unreliable. Well, folks, I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can do. I tried. The old button don't work. This is almost at the extreme now. I can't get the head to back go over. Take the back off. It just, I can do this if I had good eyesight. Nothing seems to be loose there. And it was working, because you saw the last video, but I only did it briefly. No, the only button that's working is the new one. So, folks, even if I had somebody to redo this, it would never get done in time for Halloween, because I was going to take and bring him to the firehouse Halloween party, make a wheeler cart for him and wheel him in as hack bar. Well, I can't do that. I cannot have only part of him working. So folks, I regret to say there'll be no more Uncle Dorkel skits. I may do a hack bar because there are some people that like that even more than this. But I do appreciate it, Dan, for doing this for me. Probably should have replaced both buttons, but this one isn't broken. It's not falling apart. It hasn't been stepped on. It just isn't working anymore. And it's not in here. The only thing that's working is the mount trigger. You can see the head move when each time I operate the mount trigger. And the eyes are moving. I can hear the head motor, the eye motor going in the head here. Wiggle that plug while I try to... Nope. Let me tap the relay. There's 5 relays in here. No, it's in here. It's just too confined. That's why I had to give up my electronic stuff, because of my eyesight. And because I don't have a shop anymore. I can't work outside on the bench out there in the cold weather. And I can't do it on the kitchen table. They just can't do it. So, folks, I'm sorry, but there isn't going to be any Uncle Dorkel this year. But I won't give up on him. I'm going to have to build a huge remote that I can see. And I might even, I don't know, the way he's got this plug, this is a special plug made in the UK. And I couldn't even begin to solder to the terminals. There's 12 pins on this thing, a 12-pin connector, which takes in the connections for the left and right eye movement, the mount trigger, the left and right head movement, and it's also a shielded wire in here for your MP3 player. You can go into either one of these jacks. Thanks for watching, folks. There's going to be no Halloween special this year, I'm sorry to say. I appreciate all the support of those of you who did like Uncle Dorkel's skits. Take care, everybody.